La gente sta impazzendo. Pensa di aver trovato una parola in codice per la carne umana. Aspetta, cosa?
Spero che tu ti senta meglio. Abbiamo analizzato la carne secca. Perché non abbiamo preso la carne secca questa settimana? Ho anche aggiunto altro alla carne secca e a zenzero e citronella. Grazie mille. Troppo forte. Carne secca di manzo. Deliziosa. Yo-Yo è qui e porterà la carne secca da Jeffrey. Porterà la carne secca da Jeffrey. Perché la carne secca gira. Perché dovrebbe farlo? Pranzo delizioso. Carne secca di manzo. Steve e io siamo grati per la tua amicizia. Queste mail sono salutari. Vero? Peccato mangino pure bambini. Una piccola borsa termica andrà bene. Non mi preoccupo di imbarcarla. Non c'è bisogno di molto ghiaccio. Ne basta uno. In frigo c'è un sacchetto di carne secca di manzo. Prendilo. Inoltre ho Mrs. ne ha altra a casa. Prendine anche da lei. Deve stare sempre al freddo. In borsa termica. Solo per dirti. Ti aggiorno sulla carne secca. Jeffrey Epstein torna al cibo normale. Quindi ne mangerà meno. Dice che ha 6 buste nel freezer di sotto lì. Perché mai congelare carne secca? Si va bisogno di una porzione di carne secca da 6 a 8 once. Ti ho dato tutta la carne secca che avevamo ed è durata solo la metà del tempo previsto. Mi è sembrato più importante che tu avessi carne secca da mangiare durante la mia assenza. Il mio piano è di prepararne una partita prima di partire per LSJ. Una parte andrà a Steve e il resto andrà a te a LSJ quando arriverò. Isola di Little St. James. Questo vuol dire LSJ. Dunque, per logica lo facevano lontano dall'isola. Steve Hansen ti manda carne secca in consegna notturna. Credo gli basti. Jeffrey Epstein chiede altra carne secca. Arrivo venerdì e ne porterò. Posso passare a salutarti e lasciare carne secca di manzo? Dimmi quando. Passo. Saluto e la consegno. Messaggio di Jeffrey Epstein. Francis ha tempo di venire domani. Gli mostri come si fa. Qualcuno vuole una lezione di carne secca. Ti porterà ad assaggiare la sua nuova ricetta di carne secca del ristorante. Ti manda un caro saluto. Lavora in un ristorante chiamato Cannibal. Ehi ragazzi, questo locale si chiama Cannibal and Cooks. Aspettalo. Carne secca e bistecca. Oh Mrs. Può fare della carne secca? Dovremo sistemare il giardino attorno a casa. Per usare l'acqua. Se la casa principale non basta. Esistono immagini registrate di Jeffrey Epstein con della carne secca di manzo. No. Non ci sono immagini registrate o pubblicamente note di Jeff Epstein con carne secca di manzo. Chi manda della carne secca di manzo a un laboratorio per farla analizzare? Aspetta, cosa? Cercavo la carne secca di manzo. Sapevo che era in valigia e temevo d'averla lasciata in spiaggia. Poi ho trovato un sacchettino di plastica vicino alla cuccia del cane. Scriverò a Francis perché ne faccia altra. Mi servono 6 a 8 once per il laboratorio e gli inoltrerò i dati per spedirla lì. Ragazzi, sta succedendo qualcosa qui. Modulo di richiesta bonifico bancario. Ragazzi, 655 galloni di acido solforico con spese di carburante e assicurazione. Stanno sciogliendo cadaveri.
So I don't know if you remember seeing this video of this was
Yes.
a Mexican model
Yeah.
who was screaming outside of a hotel, and maybe
About
you
Carlos Slim.
and she's you can turn up a little. She's saying they're eating humans, disgusting. They ate humans. I wasn't aware of anything. I mean, about the murders, yes, but they had eaten humans. Humans. They smell like human flesh. By the way, that woman was never seen again. Just so you know. And so why do I bring that up? Well, here is from the Epstein files. It says, all you need is a blood transfusion from the pack and you reverse aging. This is from Barry Josephson to Jeffrey Epstein and subject Dr. August. All you need is a blood transfusion from the pack and you reverse aging. Well, here is here is this Jim Caviezel, and he's a former Hollywood actor in lots of stuff that you know, and here's what he was saying about it.
Adrenochrome. That's not true. It's C9H9NO3. This is a chemical compound that is absolutely, this has been around in modern science since the 1930s. You can actually, there's a synthetic form and there's a regular, natural form, which is caused by torturing little kids to get their adrenaline up, essentially, and then extracting it from them. When you sit and meet, and so I brought this up a few years ago, and all of a sudden I was attacked by every media. Look it up. It's there. They absolutely went after me. And the next day, I never heard from my agency for 14 months. My lawyers let me go. My agency never called me after that. And essentially I was done.
So, and if you miss a dose, you cave in with that Ellen DeGeneres effect. But let's watch. He's got a little bit more to say about it.
For labor, for slave labor, or is it
adrenochrome? The whole adrenochrome empire. This is a big deal. It is listed under the NIH. It is a chemical compound. It's a molecular structure. Is C9H9NO3. It is it's an elite drug that they've used for many years. It's 10 times more potent than heroin. And it has some mystical qualities as far as making you look younger. There's
that scene in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas that nobody could figure out.
No, I saw that. Why does MS-13 have the most advanced guns? You know, why do we at Sinaloa gangs have all? How come 110,000 people died or disappeared in Mexico City? Where did they go? And they're starting pulling people out of body bags now. You know, how this is just insane with our military, our special forces, and we don't take care of this.
You can't just have that demand unless somehow that's organized also.
100%. I believe. Okay, so the agents that I've spoken to. All right, here's for a barrel of oil, $77. For a barrel of body parts and what's going to be adrenochrome, all the plumes that are in the woman's mother's wombs, that goes into a plastic barrel, and that's $77,000. Now that gets sent into these $77,000.
So this is RE interview of purported Epstein victim. This is from August 2019. It starts here. I'd like to add a few other points disclosed by the purported victim. While on this yacht, he witnessed African-American males having sex with white blonde females, all of whom were bleeding during intercourse. He was a victim of a type of ritualistic sacrifice in which his feet were cut with a scimitar but left no scarring. On the yacht, he witnessed babies being dismembered, their intestines removed, and individuals eating the feces from their intestines. He was also raped by George Bush I. Victim disclosed he was escorted to the FBI building by Michael Moore, who is the creator of The True Pundit, described by multiple online sources as the conspiracy-driven news website that attempts to paint the FBI in a bad light. Moore has a criminal record as a result of the FBI investigation. Let me know if you want to discuss the former FBI agent that called this into the head office. Up here it says, thanks, redacted, I didn't realize Bush raped him too. So that's the kind of stuff we're talking about. So that's where this adrenochrome and all that stuff comes from. Am I even saying it right? How do you say it, Kurt?
Okay, don't get hung up on adrenochrome because we have plasma-based medicine. There was no such thing as that until very recently. Most of the blood supply from the blood bank goes to Big Pharma to make plasma-based medicines. Did you know that?
No.
80% of it. 80% of the donated blood goes to that. They use every part of the buffalo, so don't get too hung up on adrenochrome. And as far as what Jim Caviezel is referencing, you interviewed the guy on this show. That guy who made that movie Caviezel was in, that guy's a scumbag liar and Scientologist. And that guy was framing an innocent woman. You had the guy in here exposing him. And I didn't forget about that. And that's what Jim Caviezel goes, so then we said you better put her in jail or blah, blah, blah. That whole film was bullshit. And by the way, Caviezel and Bannon, you're going to sit there and play dumb? Bannon, again, guy at parties over at Epstein. You don't know, oh, yeah, this adrenochrome. That's the least of the things they take out of kids. They do organ harvesting. They do everything. So the adrenochromes get you to focus on that, but don't get too hung up on that because they do much worse things.
So this is what people are talking about. So this ritualistic sacrifice, that's what this woman was screaming about. Mm-hmm. This kind of stuff. They are eating human. So it sounds almost too crazy to fathom.
like a satanic panic, like that CIA idea that got
Yeah.
put around, and then secular materialist dim bulbs go, the satanic panic, because they fell for it. It was a muddy the waters operation to go, oh, what are you panicking? Just, they're all satanic. And you know how you know? By all of their actions in front of your dumb face. Not you, but you know what I'm saying. Everything they do has shown you what they are. They starved half. Is it worth it starving 500,000 kids? I think so.